What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Dad's Budget Bites, that kitchen where budget meets flavor. They come together so good. At the end of our last video, we spun our cooking wheel here. We got dinner, sets up today's theme. So what we're going to be making is actually one of my all-time favorite dinner entrees. It's going to be fried breaded chicken tenderloins. It's so versatile. There's so many different ways you could do it. We'll get more into that in a little bit. So without further ado, let's get into it and let's cook. Here's everything that we're going to be using today to cook up these packed with flavor chicken tenders. So of course you need chicken, right? So I have 2 pounds of chicken tenderloin right here. The little dangly tendon things that usually hang off the ends, those little rubbery, chewy things, I pre-cut those off, so this is good to go. And then for the egg wash, that's going to hold the breading to the chicken. We have 2 large eggs here. So those are good. We have actually a secret ingredient here, about a ½ teaspoon of cornstarch. If you never used that before, it really helps the breading stick to it much better. And then just a little splash of water, because with cornstarch, you just want to add a little bit of extra liquid. And then for the breading, we have Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. I have about 1 1/4 cups here. So that's good. We have about 1/3 cup of grated parmesan cheese. And then we have just about a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. You could add as much or as little as you want. The first thing you want to do after you gather up everything you need is get like an assembly line type thing going. So you want to start with your chicken, then your egg wash, and then the breading, and then whatever tray or plate you're going to be putting the chicken on temporarily until you cook it. So I got my tray here, chicken's here. Now to make the egg wash. So you start by cracking those 2 eggs. Then you want to grab your cornstarch. So again, I have about a ½ teaspoon here. And that goes. This stuff always wants to get stuck to these things. And then just a little splash of water. Just a little bit of extra liquid for the cornstarch. And then just give that a good mix. Fork works great. You don't have to break out a whisk or anything for this. Just give it a quick mix with a fork. So our egg wash is complete. Now on to the breading. So you just want to combine the grated parmesan and the breadcrumbs right together. And then that little bit of pepper, so a ½ teaspoon of pepper. Give that a quick mix so it's combined. You know, a fork or a spoon would work fine. All right, the hardest part's done. We now have our completed assembly line all set to go. So we have our chicken, egg wash, breading, and whatever plate or tray that you're going to be putting the chicken on. Normally for this process, what I would do is just use my hands, and then there would become a sticky, eggy, breadcrumby mess. For you guys, I'm going to class it up a little bit, be a civilized human, and I'm using a fork. So we'll do a couple together. This is new for me also. I never used a fork before. Again, I normally just dig in with my hands. So you want to put it in that egg wash. Let it drip, let the excess drip right off. And then in the breadcrumbs and Parmesan cheese mix. All right, so that's one down. Right on the tray. We'll do another one. That's a big one. Egg wash. Let the excess drip. In the breadcrumbs. You might want to do another flip. If it didn't stick enough the first time, that looks good. 2 down. So I'll continue this process and then we can get on to the next step. On this channel, I'm all about being honest with you all and a straight shooter. So I got my ratio a little bit wrong on the egg and the breadcrumbs. Obviously we have a little bit too much egg. Hopefully you could see that. And then we have some extra breadcrumbs as well. So on Dad's Budget Bites, I don't want you guys wasting any extra food. In my defense, I'm usually used to making closer to 3 pounds, so I went by that. If you've seen any of my prior videos, I'm not one for really measuring stuff out. I just kind of, I don't want to say wing it, but I just kind of mix what I mix, make what I make, and you know, it normally comes out pretty well. So this is my first time actually measuring it out. I'll make adjustments in the video description, so please look at that. I picked up this double burner recently a few days ago in an effort for you to follow along better at home. I used it a couple times, but I'm still not 100% acquainted with it yet, but I'm getting there. So what you want to do now, it's almost time to fry the chicken up. So break out your favorite frying pan, get that warming up on a medium low to medium heat, depending on how hot your burner gets. And then you want to add your butter and or oil. I like using butter and oil. I feel like it adds a richer, a little bit more complex flavor. And you definitely don't want to skimp on the butter or oil, by the way, too, because it adds very nice flavor. So while this is warming up, you want to get a decent amount of butter in there, and then you want to add more for every flip also. So this is probably, you know, a decent sized pat of butter. So we'll get that melted. A little bit of oil. And you're looking to cover the whole surface of the pan. The breading is really going to soak in the oil and butter. And again, it just adds an incredible flavor. So this looks like it's on a pretty good heat. Yep, we're ready to add the chicken. So we got a chicken here, good to go. Again, on a medium low to medium heat. So you want to cook these anywhere from like 3 to 4 minutes per side, depending again on how hot your burner is. You want to give the chicken enough time to fully cook through without burning the breadcrumbs. So whatever that magic number is on your stovetop, you just want to find that. Again, it should be anywhere from medium low to a medium heat. These have been cooking for about 3 minutes and 45 seconds. I checked them about 20 seconds ago. They're a nice golden brown. It looks like they're ready to flip. Real quick though, if you're newer to cooking, especially newer to cooking chicken, when you think you're done, just make sure you cut through the thickest piece. You want to make sure it's cooked through. It's important to cut through a thick piece because if you cut through a skinnier piece, naturally that's going to cook quicker. This is good to flip though. All right. Give you guys a little close-up of what we got so far. Looking good. So I'll get these another 3.5, 4 minutes on the second side. Repeat the process until it's done, and then we could join back up. So again, just as a reminder, in between flips, you just want to add a little bit more butter and oil. I forgot to mention also I'm going with avocado oil. Avocado oil or olive oil is always my go-to with these, and a little bit of butter. So on the second flip, you don't need as much as you do the first flip because a lot of the residual oil and butter still remains. So the butter's already in there, a little bit more oil. Give it a little shake so the oil spreads and gets under the chicken. All right, everyone, we're now at the best part of the video where we get to taste what we made, gauge our performance, see how we did, and see if anything could be improved for next time. So let me just give you a quick close-up of what we did today. Nice flavors, nice colors, nice golden brown, smells great. Just to recap the cooking process quickly, when you get your frying pan warming up, you just want to start on a solid medium heat, so like a solid 5 or so. And then after your first flip, you just want to adjust it down accordingly because as you get going, the pan continues to get hotter. So when I start, for example, to warm up the pan, I start on a 5. After my first flip, I turn it down between a 3 and a 3.5. And then just to circle back real quick, what I said in the beginning of the video about this being a very versatile chicken dish. Not only does it make a great main course for a lunch or a dinner, it's also a great appetizer. Just grab your favorite dipping sauce, for example. It's a great appetizer, like at a restaurant. It also makes a great snack. Today for the breadcrumbs, I used Italian style, normal breadcrumbs. If you wanted to use panko, that's great if you want it a little bit crunchier. If you like your chicken on the spicier side, you could always add some cayenne or chili powder or red pepper flakes, for example, if you wanted that little bit of kick. So it's very versatile. You could add almost any sort of spice to this, and as long as it's something that you like, the end product's probably going to be great. So it's a great kind of dish to experiment with and then really make your own. So now we could try this out and see how we did. All right, so today I'm going to be having it more like an appetizer. So I have my dipping sauce here. I got some barbecue sauce, honey barbecue. All right, there goes nothing. Wow. Wow. I've never actually tried this as an appetizer before. I always made it as a main dish to a lunch or a dinner. And I'll tell you what, if you like barbecue sauce, it's great with barbecue sauce. I'm sure it's great with honey mustard or, whatever your dipping sauce of choice is. But yeah, this came out wonderful. This is a hit. Please try it at home. It's pretty simple, it's pretty easy, and it's pretty quick once you get going. So try it out. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you like it. And now we're at the last part of the video where we spin the wheel, set up what we're going to be making for next time. So we ended on dinner. That's what prompted us to make these chicken tenders today. Now we're give it a good spin and see what we have in store for next time. All right. What are we going to get? We got, oh, what is that? Oy, that's right in between breakfast and lunch. I don't know if that ever happened before. The little rubber things on breakfast. Huh. All right. Yeah, we're going to do breakfast next time. The little rubber thing here was on breakfast. I'll go by that, I guess. So yeah, please join me for that. We're going to be making something great for breakfast. If you like this video, if you got anything out of it, please hit that thumbs up. I certainly do appreciate it. Share it with your friends and family. Drop me a comment. Give me your feedback. I always love hearing your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I certainly do appreciate your support. And then lastly, hit that notification bell for future videos. And until next time, I'll see you all next time. I hope you have a great day. See you then.